This is the brand new Valentino Uomo Born in Roma Green Stravaganza, and this is my review of it. Before I start, if you love smelling good, then you gotta make sure to hit that subscribe and that notification bell. I basically upload every single day and you will smell good for sure. Some of the notes in Valentino Uomo Born in Roma Green Stravaganza are Calabrian bergamot, coffee and vetiver. So what does it smell like? So I bought Valentino Uomo Born in Roma Green Stravaganza and I had no idea of what it smelled like. And before I start, I gotta say I've been through multiple wearings of this. I also tried it on different testing strips, and it keeps changing on me. Sometimes I get more of the coffee in it, and sometimes its aromatic side is a bit stronger. But yeah, with that said, let's do this. This to me opens up with a big dose of citrusy freshness, a bit of spiciness, and a hint, just a hint of something sort of a fruity sweet. So intense citrus, that's a bit spicy, and just a hint of fruitiness. When I say slightly fruity, I really mean it. Don't expect a big dose of fruitiness in here. There's just a bit of something slightly fruity sweet in the background. I'm picking up on a dose of something aromatic in the opening. You know, that sort of a freshness and brightness from like sage or lavender. There's no mention of sage or lavender in the notes though, so I'm either wrong or the notes are not correct. After a while, that initial freshness turns into something that I would describe as sort of a dark fresh, with the coffee and a bit of sort of a smoky freshness. The coffee sort of makes it all a bit richer, but also changes the freshness of the scent. This combo is definitely different, and different in a way I find quite interesting. But I would have loved for the coffee to have been more intense. As it is, it's quite sort of a discreet and soft. As it heads into the mist, that initial dose of citrus freshness starts to get a lot less intense. And it's there together with something coffee-ish, an aromatic touch, and something sort of a greenish. The dry down of Green Stravaganza to me has two stages. The first being this soft woody, aromatic, slightly smoky and slightly earthy scent. The second stage, the full dry down, is actually where I'm getting most of that vetiver. And it's a smooth, quite soft vetiver that's slightly sort of a warmish and ambery. Unfortunately, at this point the scent is quite soft and I can only get whiffs of it if I overspray quite a bit around my neck. What I think is happening here is that the coffee is coming in after a while, changing that initial freshness into something a bit darker. And as that coffee wears off, I'm left with the vetiver, which at that point is not a strong scent. I do want to mention something about the vetiver in Green Stravaganza. I like vetiver, and some of my absolute favorite fragrances have a bit of vetiver in them, but I'm not a fan of overly sort of a green or vetiver heavy scents. The vetiver in here is very smooth, soft, and kinda in the background, almost to the point where I wish it would actually have been amped up. So don't expect that part of this to be super intense or super green. So how do I feel when I wear Born in Roma Green Stravaganza? So this is one I'm currently not sure about. It does not, at least currently, give me a strong kind of feeling of anything. So what about compliments and reactions from others? I recently bought it and only worn it for a short period of time. I have not received any compliments for it so far. As for the scent profile, I don't think it's on the same level as Born in Roma Intense, Uomo Intense and the OG Born in Roma. It's not bad, but I don't think this will end up being a crazy compliment getter. So what about the performance? Based on my wearing experience, longevity is sort of a decent. Projection, however, is not the best. Projection is kinda okay for the first hour, but then it goes down quite a bit. And after just a few hours, I gotta put my nose to my skin to be able to pick up on it. Valentino Uomo Born in Roma Green Stravaganza is definitely not a strong fragrance, and I think they should have done this stronger. So when should you use this perfume? Well, it's not as mass appealing as some of the other ones in the line. It's still kinda likable, and it's a scent that's not too heavy or too deep, and it's not a scent that is pushing too much into any direction. So I do feel that this is a fragrance you can use to pretty much any occasion. Gym, work, school, or whenever and throughout the year. I would probably use this a bit more summertime though, and I would most likely not reach for this when going on a date. This is probably the best on a summer day when you want something sort of a quite light and fresh on you. So who should buy Valentino Uomo Born in Roma Green Stravaganza? This is a fragrance I really recommend you trying before buying. Not because I think this smells bad, more because I think you might end up being a bit underwhelmed. Someone out there will fall in love with this, but I think there's a chance quite a few will expect this to be something it's not. If you usually enjoy fresh fragrances and enjoy the scent of coffee and vetiver, then there's a chance you will enjoy this. Don't expect a long-lasting dose of coffee though, and don't expect it to be an overly green, vetiver intense kind of scent either. Pros and cons. Pros first, I don't know. Cons, the price. 100 ml of this cost me 130 bucks. Cons, the performance is not good. And as sort of a con, I don't think this is on the same level as some of the other ones in the line. So how am I going to rate Valentino Uomo Born Roma Green Stravaganza? The moment I saw this, I got excited. I've been looking for new coffee scents for quite some time, and I truly enjoy the Valentino Uomo line of men's fragrances, and some of them are bangers. So I was expecting something cool. After wearing this over and over, I was left with one feeling: a bit underwhelmed. It's not bad, but it doesn't make me feel anything. There are some aspects of it I kinda enjoy, and I definitely think the direction is interesting, but it's not enough. With the exception of that initial freshness, everything in this fragrance is quite soft, and the price is high and the performance low. Who knows, maybe I need to use it more, maybe it needs to be macerated. Either way, I'm currently not impressed enough to give it a high rating. I'm going to give Valentino Uomo Born Roma Green Stravaganza a 5 or 6. This doesn't smell bad, and it goes in a direction I think had potential, but it's not enough. I would love to know how you feel about Valentino Uomo Born Roma Green Stravaganza and how you would rate it from 1 to 10, so make sure you comment. Like this video, I really appreciate it. Make sure you hit that subscribe, make sure you hit that notification bell, make sure you check out the videos over there, and I'll see you in the next one.